G'day, I'm Clive and welcome to part 9 of my hiking, camping, storage build and my YouTube studio. Now, the actual bench has got bigger that way because that side's my office, so I've built framework, I've put all the shelving in there so I can start moving things off my shelves onto that, but that's left that one end open. So on this side I've got about 600mm of the fence paneling I'm going to take off, and I'm going to replace it with a single piece going all the way across at the just under 1.2 meters, so it's just a nice finish at the end. This is where, this is the office side where the actual studio is going to be, or where the cameras are and the lights are coming into me. And this is the first part I'd completed with my hiking mats in there, my sleep mats, and my camp gear at the bottom. So I'm going to take all this off and start replacing it with this. And the last one I'm going to have to trim down to fit, because I think it's about 20mm difference. But when we get there we'll measure it, because all this wood, they're not exactly the right measurements. So they're sometimes 2, 3, 4mm difference in the actual depths. Now these pieces I'm taking off, I'm fingers crossed, just inside of the actual screw holes, they're going to be wide enough for the cabinet doors at the top there. Okay, and as you can see, that is about a millimetre difference. Now, let's take the next one off, and then I'll put that one on. That looks better. Okay, first one on. Nice and secure, looks a lot nicer in one piece. Okay, let's get the rest on. As you thought it up, the screws I'm using are for treated pine, and instead of having a Phillip or a crosshead or a straight, it's actually got a square, and that I prefer because that will go on the end and it's nice and secure. Just a lot easier putting the screws in as we go. It looks like I'm going to have to take about 10mm off. 10, so look, we'll go move. Yeah, I'll take 10mm off. Because this carpet thing, if it's a little bit high, will go underneath easier. Okay, before I cut that, I'm going to run all the screws down either end. Okay, let's go and trim this down. I'm going to put the smooth cut edge down the bottom, just so all the joints have got that uneven look. Go that way. Well, apart from trimming this now, squeezing there, that's the first little job of today. I think it looks much better. I'm actually thinking, when I was buying the wood, about getting some hooks, so any walking poles, if I can get around to them, I can just hang them at the end and use the actual space, so there's no dead space. I only need just the small ones, so I'll get some of them next time I go. Next thing I want to get done is in that cupboard. I originally put a rail up and then hooks on the rail, and that meant I was hanging down before I even put a pack on. Some of them was like 3-4 inches or more. So what I've done is I've gone and got some hooks. Don't know if you can see them. So that's going to be about a 2-inch hang, and I think I can fit 10 of them in there, evenly spaced. 5 over that side for the smaller and the day packs, and 5 on this side for the bigger packs. Coming from the back, coming forward. Yeah, it's going to be a pain getting packs in and out, but it's just going to fit in there a lot tidier. So I don't mind taking a 1, 2, 3, 4 packs out to get to the one I want at the back if need be. But first, I'm going to get some long enough wood, run it down that way to make it stronger, because it goes into the shelf at the top here. Even though the packs is probably a total 6 or 7 kilos on each row of 5, so it's strong enough. It's just, yeah, better safe than sorry, as they say. Just found 2 pieces at 45 centimeters, so they'll work. Save me cutting a full length. Change the screwdriver bit back out to the square one. I'll be using the square bit and square screws. I'm going to pre-screw these in ready, and then make it a lot easier so I don't have to fiddle around. I'm going to put 6 in each just to be sure. You see all that? Let's bend you down. I'm going to put 6 in each just to be sure. I won't need it, but all the square screws or square head screws. These screws I've replaced a lot of the fillet ones, the cross heads with, because once they sink in and the colour, they just seem to disappear and they don't stick out and they don't shine when the light's on them. So what I might do before I actually put it in there is screw the hooks straight in, and then it's less arms up twisting. Let's get the next one ready. Take it as far until I feel it coming, touching the back. There it goes, just touching. And then when the board's up, I'll do it the rest of the way. Alright, so I'll get this screwed in. I'll come back, make the other one, get that one screwed in place, then we'll hang the packs up. Here we are, there's 5 there. 5 over there. That now, I'm just going to sort some packs out, hang them up. Well done. What I'll do now is put a latch on here, so I'll hold it closed don't know if I've got anything. I might have something in the Bergen at the back. If I go through them eventually and empty them out properly. I've had a habit, because I haven't had this finished properly, just to put stuff inside the packs and leave the packs there with this gear in whilst I'm doing this and then sorting out. So yeah, that worked out pretty good. So I've got stuff in these pouches here, like that one. So they're the actual things that are, yeah, get the latch on there, and that'll work good. Okay, what's next? Now I can't do the latch because I don't have one for this, because I'm going to put one top and bottom, top there, top bottom, and I'm going to put a larger one on here which should hold it all good. What I'll probably do next today is make the fascia for here and get that fitted and get these wires clipped up out of the way. I just got to fiddle around with the staple gun to get the right pressure, because I don't want it to force these and break them. So I'll have a play with that in a piece of wood and then I'll get on with it. I've got this is the aircraft aluminium body one from Stanley, and it has got an adjuster here for the amount of force. So let's just play. Be back with you in a minute. That's a bugger, even when it's on the minimum it goes all the way into the wood. So I think they just there, I don't know if you can see them, near enough flush and embedded. So let's find another plan. Got some 10mm round cable clips. Didn't really want to use those, but I'm going to have to. Okay, I wanted to show you this. Because they're so close together, these lights, and the cables are so long, if I was to push that back and clip it up, I don't know if you can notice, but just here where it's welded to the actual light bar itself, the wiring, it pulls it backwards and away from the straight line it wants to be in. So what I figured out was, if I twist it and then fold it back, you see the cables actually coming forward before it even starts to go back on itself. Let's see if I can get this pointing up so you can see it better. There you go, you can see the cable there is coming straight out, the one at the back is coming straight out and then curving around. So I'll get them clipped in place and I'll do the other two, and then I'll find myself a couple of brackets to go at the end, one at this end here just to give the shaft a bit of stability, and one at the other end. Okay, there's the first one attached. Second one, and this one I was able to get two clips on it. Two brackets. I'm going to screw either end. But I took off something else, but I can reuse those. Nope, more secure now. Now I'm going to get my longer tape measure to measure the length I need. Two, three, seven. Okay, so I'm going to cut a piece to length, and it was here. Do it 75 drop. That looks plenty. I was going to go bigger, but it went bigger, be too much. Yeah, 75, and then it's going to give me a bit of space where I can't see the wires, so they'll be cleaned up out of the way. And then when I put this sound dampener on, that's going to be far enough up in there, because that's 2 inches, which is, what's that, 55 millimeters. So I'm just going to cut this to length, trim it down to the depth of 75, and then we'll be back and get it installed. There we go. I actually cut it to 65 mil, which seems to be looking okay. Where's the smaller tape measure gone? The other piece is bigger. I can trim that down to the 75 if this doesn't work. I just didn't want it looking too big. It's going to work. It's going to work. The first thing I'm going to do is pre-drill here and get a screw in the centre. And I'm going to be using those grey treated wood pine screws, the ones with the square head on them. Alright, what did I do with the squares? Ah, there it is. Found it. I think that looks pretty good. Because this is all twisted and out of shape, I'm going to have to go pre-drill, screw, pre-drill, screw. too far. Snaps it. Bugger. Ah, shit. I'm going to have to glue that bit. I'll just crack the wood. Show you in a minute. Never mind, I'll get that glued. Here you go, let's show you. I'll get some wood glue in there, clamp it shut, leave it for about 24 hours or so, and then just gently tighten that up to hold it. And the rest of it has turned out pretty nice. Look down there. I think that looks nice. And where do we have to get to see the lights? Yeah, that's going to be plenty. Okay, call it a day there. What's that? 1, 2, 3 jobs we've got done on it now. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have and you're not a subscriber, please go down below and click on the subscribe button. Click on the notification bell next to it and select all, so you can be notified of all future videos. And if you are already a subscriber, again I thank you very much, and hit that like button.